Den. And Maurice Smith has also worked out directly with Ken Shamrock, who will join us in the broadcast booth for this fight. Just 4 pounds the difference. The age is getting up there as we tease Maurice the last couple of days. He says, I am going to fight until I can't fight any longer. 37, 38-year-olds. A fight for the ages here in UFC 21 between Ruas and Smith. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is the heavyweight main event of the evening. This event epitomizes UFC 21, the return of the champions. Beginning this 3-round bout with our fighter standing to my left. He is a Vale Judo expert with a UFC record of 4-1. He is the UFC 7 tournament champion and is also a veteran of Ultimate 95. Standing 6 feet, 1 inch tall, weighing in at 220 pounds, fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Please welcome back to the octagon, the king of the streets, Marco. And his opponent, standing to my right, he is no stranger to the octagon. He is a kickboxer with a mixed martial arts record of 4-2. He is a veteran of UFC 14, UFC 15, Ultimate Japan, and UFC 19. Standing 6 feet, 2 inches tall, weighing in at 216 pounds, fighting out of Seattle, Washington. He is the former UFC heavyweight champion of the world. Please welcome back, Maurice Smith. And our referee for this final event is Big John McCarthy.
Chief referee Big John McCarthy to work this fight for the ages. Both boxers, fighters again, wearing gloves provided by Boxer Gentix, and we thank them for their support in the UFC. Heavyweight main event.
All right, here we go, gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on. Come on.
Yeah, who's going to cross over and throw the first punch to say hello?
I think Maurice has to press the fight and try and break. See, that's what's going to happen. And now, Ruas is going to have to get in close and take him down because he's not going to wear Maurice out on the stand-up.
Maurice feels he has something to prove again tonight after he could not do anything against the sheer size and strength of the wrestler Kevin Randleman.
He looked horrible against Randleman. Never got a right hand off, and Ruas now able to take Smith down. Smith very confident in his guard, has done well against some of our former champions using guard, but Marco Ruas, consummate ground fighter, will now be his test.
This is where Ruas has got to win the fight, is right here. If he doesn't start getting busy here and get stood up again, this is where it's going to hurt him. He's got to win the fight on the ground because I think Maurice has got too many skills stand up for him to try and win it there. He's got to do it here.
Marco's been working a lot, not surprisingly, on his endurance for this fight. He bulked up a bit too much earlier in his career. He's concentrated more on conditioning and on his grappling. And getting set to come back and try to regain that true moniker of King of the Streets.
This is where a lot of fighters make a mistake when they get in a position like this. They don't go ahead and release the head and just go ahead and get off some strikes. There's no reason why he doesn't pop up and start laying some punches in there. He's holding him. He's not doing anything. His back's against the fence. It's a great position for him to pop his head out and start striking. This is confidence right here. This is being confident enough to be able to pop out and go ahead and start throwing some strikes. Because Maurice will stay here all day. He's in no trouble because he's not getting hit with anything.
There's Frank Shamrock in the corner of Maurice Smith. The alliance truly back together. Frank back at a UFC venue after his honeymoon. Ken talked about it. He's going to fight in September. And right now, he's just Maurice Smith's biggest supporter. He and Tsuyoshi Kosaka.
Do you see Maurice's head outside?
He could be kneeing him very effectively. He hasn't done it at all.
The stomach. He's got all kinds of strikes open, but I don't. Like I said, it's whether or not you're going to come out and fight like a warrior and let it all go.
Come on, gentlemen, you got to do something.
Seems as though Ruas is just content to control. He has not moved up Smith's body at all, and he's losing now the hold on his legs.
Maurice doesn't need to try and choke here because he's going to blow his hands up because he doesn't have anything. He needs to is get to his feet right now. Mo needs to get to his feet.
Come on.
And it's a big advantage to be in your corner. Smith able to take advice not only from Alliance member Frank Shamrock, but also from Kosaka as well.
Yeah, you got people in your ear and they're telling you things that you don't see. That does help.
Well, we saw it for Tim Lasik with Eugene Jackson in his corner earlier tonight. Good debut for Tim Lasik.
Score that shot. That's it.
Yeah, this is what Mo needs to do. He needs to strike him from here and score some points. I mean, let's face it. These are rounds and points do count. This is where you could be making some points. Elbow in there, you could be punching. Neither one of these guys, it's like we talked earlier. They've got to come out and fight like warriors and try and win the fight.
And speaking of Portuguesa, in the corner of Marco Ruas, that is for sure. Self-trained as manager of Marco. He's got a lot of great students, including Pedro the Rock Hizzo.
Right now, the fight is leaning more towards Ruas because this is where Ruas needs to be. Mo is a great defense.
Is he scoring? That's the only Ruas got the takedown, but from there, he has yet to throw a single strike. He has yet to try any kind of submission. Very good at control, keeping Smith down. But this game's about scoring.
You see this level here where you see this both sides are blocked off, and Mo could turn him that way. He could roll him up very easily. He has a leg trap, he's got the arm trap. All he has to do is turn his body, he has no pivot.
Ruas is pretty low, though, between his legs, making it a little more difficult. If his hips come up, though, Ken, you're right. You get that center of gravity up, maybe like Kosaka did earlier against Lasik.
If he bridges up on his far foot, he bridges up on that and traps the leg and the arm, he will get his hips up.
Maurice now starting to scoot. Looking for a leg lock right away. It's Marco Ruas.
He's working the left leg is Marco Ruas of Maurice Smith.
Now he's got it pretty good. He's got 2-on-1. Mo needs to be careful which way he turns. He'll heel hook him. Right there. There you go.
He's got a shot, and good job by Maurice Smith. And Ken was all over that one. He said that Marco Ruas was trying to lock it in, Jeff, but Maurice got a shot, and that made Marco flinch and drop the attempted submission.
Leg locks are tough to get unless you can get a 2-on-1 and really get control of the opponent's body.
And that's where working with Frank and obviously Kosaka helps. And both very good at submissions, very technical at submissions.
Absolutely.
Elbow.
Marco Ruas works with some people, but I don't think he works with his talented people like Frank and TK, guys that are really specialists in leg submissions.
Round one's about to come to close. Maurice spins again. And he had it cranked a bit, but nonetheless, the horn sounds to signify the end of round one.
Good, nice.
I don't know. To me, it sounds like don't look like either one's ahead.
Good. No more low kicks. He's just going to catch you.
Marco Ruas limped back to his corner.
You're going to go high, and you're going to punch.
Marco Ruas is now sitting on the octagon mat, holding his left knee.
This is.
Stand up, Marco. You can beat him. Stand up, Marco. Stand up, Marco. Stand up.
Looks like it's an end.
Don't quit. No quit. No quit. Stand up, Marco. Stand up, Marco. You're a man.
Well,
Stand up.
Said anything. I think
Fight for your
just down
family.
trying to stretch the leg out, but it's definitely bothering him. Maybe in that flurry of trying to hook up Maurice's leg, he got his knee twisted. It didn't appear that Maurice ever really locked anything out to cause any kind of submission or damage.
It takes a lot of skill to be able to keep moving from one leg lock to one leg lock.
Now watch some of this knee stuff right here, guys. Maybe this is where it got twisted.
You see where he gets 2-on-1 right there?
Right there.
If he would have kept Maurice the other way, threw Maurice away from where he's turning, he'd have had a great Achilles lock.
He can't finish. He can't go. The left knee is damaged, and Maurice Smith wins this fight for the ages. He twisted something in the knee of Marco Ruas, and the king of the streets cannot come out for round number two.
Well, he limped away from that last submission attempt after he got up off the mat to go to his corner, and apparently he is not able to move that knee properly and feels as though he's vulnerable if he goes back out there and has given up at this point.
When did you hurt? Dick or on the ground? On the ground?
Let's go to Bruce Buffer with our decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first round, Marco Ruas's corner has thrown in the towel. For the winner, Maurice